Hello everyone and welcome. Today we'll be taking a look at a professional best of 5 series of StarCraft 2. Kicking things off, map number 1, Site Delta. The Red Terran player here landing into the upper left corner, the current reigning world champion. It is Oliveira. And the opponent, the challenger, the monster on the other side in the bottom right corner spawning with the blue drones, it is Dark. Oliveira versus Dark. A Terran versus ZERG that I, personally, am quite looking forward to seeing. Can never get enough of players such as these. Unfortunately, though, they're both starting things off so standardly, so normally. No sort of shenanigans to kick off the day, to start off map number 1. Call me intrigued, call me impressed at the restraint of these two. We are forced to check in with the Overlord action cam. How are you doing today, dear Overlord? You can almost hear the responses. I won't dare try to mimic it, but you know it. You know the noises, the sounds that come forth. Command center on the low ground. It is just going to be a Reaper opener for the Terran. Getting that second depot. Dark, likewise. Starting things off very Zerg-like. Hatchery, drones. Second Overlord. Actually coming back home. He forgot his lunch. He packed a bag for his lunch this morning, walked right out the door. Oh, maybe he found it. Maybe he dropped it on his way out the door. It was just on the ground out there. We'll track the Reaper now before I get myself into more trouble. The Reaper moving up that natural ramp. Let's see. Two-lings. Four-lings. And Dark cut it at 4-lings, which means the drone is going to take a bit of damage. The Queen's popping out now, though the Reaper should be kept pretty far away. Nothing too major, nothing too crazy here. The Queen remembers what it's like to be an air unit ever so briefly. Back in the Brood War, they were air units full time, you know. The Reaper's just helping them remember the good old days. Back when they could spawn broodlings, infest command centers. Switcheroo on those buildings. Not too much coming out of it just yet, though. Marine, double Hellion, okay. Dark getting that third base started. Things are quiet. Oddly silent on the battlefield. Oliveira gonna scout that third hatch. See, oh, no, I didn't get to deny it. Oh, and the Lings have speed now, which means even just the 4 Zerglings can be a bit of a nuisance for the Reaper. Is it gonna get out? He's gotta get to the cliff. Dark not going to give him the opportunity, though. The Hellions. You guys had one job. It was get out here to the middle of the map quickly. They could not get it done. No way. Gonna check out the third base. There's no drones actually mining just yet, though. Looks like they're just now popping out as the Queens show themselves. Behind this, also gonna see Liberator paired. Third command center completed already. Production structures likely soon to follow. The Hellions, the Liberator, will be the focus for the next minute. It seems Oliveira just trying to perhaps slow down Dark in any way, which is really an important task because thus far there has been no way of slowing Dark down. Additional Hellions gonna join the crew here. The Overlord going to spot everything, just enjoying that packed lunch he made earlier. What kind of lunch you think it is? What kind of lunch you think an Overlord would pack for themselves? A peanut butter sandwich? Cookies? Chips? I don't know. My guess is as good as yours. Oh, targeting the rocks to get that creep tumor. Oliveira showing off there. Liberator gonna set up shop over the third base. The queen is gonna be in a bit of peril, actually going to lose it. Two queens. Ooh, that one caught on fire. The Hellions dive into the natural base. The Lings and queens were already prepared, though. Drone losses are minimal. Two. Oh dear. Only 2 losses. 2 drone losses, I should say. That is probably a quite good trade for the ZERG. Getting rid of all of those Hellions and that early Liberator, Dark has got to be feeling good for that. Getting a Bane Nest, a Spire behind this. Few SCVs gonna be rallied a little early, although they will not be killed off. So was it too early? Stimpak's gonna finish up. The Marines caught out here will be surrounded, actually. The SCVs have to be pulled to the front line. The Marines not going to get the job done. Dark, oh god, the SCV's trapped. And he goes right back to the third base. The courage of the SCV. Renowned. Bane Nest completes. Spire. What is the Spire for, Dark? Are we really going Ling Bane Muta? Do you know what year it is? There's Widow Mines already here. It still could work. The Mutalisks could absolutely capitalize on a lack of forces here. Has Oliveira spotted it? Not yet. And sending out the medevacs? Empty? A fake? Faking the drop. Bit of a deadly risk when Mutalisks are on the way, I think. Bane's gonna be morphed in, 6 mutas on the way, and just about every upgrade Dark could get at this point in time. Shield's gonna finish up 1-1 for the Marines, paired as well. The creep tumor's the first to fall. The alarm is sounded. Will Dark respond? These Banes do not have speed. 5 seconds out. Now they have speed. 5 seconds goes by fairly quickly. The Muta's not going to pitch in, it seems, for the battle. Instead, going to try and get a little bit of harassment done. No turrets in the mineral lines. This third is very exposed. The Marines on the other side will be caught. The Widow Mine baited into no damage. The Ling Bane is going to commit just as the Mutas swoop into the main base. The SCVs will be picked off now. Hiding in the gas geyser probably not going to work out here. Just throwing that out there. Another group Marine Mine might be able to actually cancel this hatchery. The Ling Bane not in a position to respond. Dark is going to get that canceled. The Mutas will take some damage. The Mutas will take some damage because apparently we're just sprinkling Widow Mines around the map. I would have to call it an effective idea. So far so good on that strategy. Drilling Claws, Thor behind this. Okay, so Oliveira wanting to deal with the Mutas, not necessarily by catching the Mutas, which for the Terran, Stim Marines is about the only great option there. Widow Mines on the way as well. Thor coming up. Okay. Dark adding to the Muta count though. Their bat wings are cool. I like Mutas. I like their model. Gonna catch a group of Marines out on the map. Larger group will keep those Mutas away though. And all the while, Dark has been building up the army forces. 50 more Lings exiting the production tab just now. Sensor tower gonna come online. The Mutas just keeping Oliveira distracted. Keeping Oliveira on Oliveira's side of the map. You see the mine? Gets it before the detonation. Very nice. 2-2 about to finish up for the Terran, which is going to feel quite good. However, Dark is going to have nearly 60 Banelings, which might just feel a bit better. Throwing that out there. Changeling discovered. Ooh, trying to drag the Widowmine onto the Thor. The Bane's rolling into the Marines. The splits thus far non-existent. A panic attempt now, but this is just a lot. That was a lot of Banelings. It does not matter. Dark clears the floor, wipes the army off the face of the map, and is going to take map number 1. Map number 2 shall be Hard Lead. And we have a pool first on the way already for Dark, so something different, something to shake things up perhaps here. Dark gonna spawn into the upper left, get in that spawning pool. Oliveira on the other side. Unsuspecting, unaware of the dangers that are present from that hive cluster on the other side. And Dark is, of course, getting a hatchery as well. So we could say something like, this isn't very committed, this isn't any sort of all-in, but I'll also caution you of saying, hello, it's Dark. Do we really know? We may not know at this time. So SCV. Ooh, just checking the hatch timing. Oliveira might be on it. Might be on top of the scouting, the information gathering. Dark, though. Keeping 2 lings at home, sending 4 across. Oliveira is gonna spot that hatch timing and should know, okay, something's up. I'm keeping the Reaper at home. Oliveira knows exactly what to do, knows what's going on here. However, I will say Dark is just keeping the lings at the watchtower, which feels so good because he knows Oliveira just spotted this. He can see with the Overlord, oh, the Reaper's just sitting here. Oh, great, I don't actually need to commit anything. I've already scared you. I've already done some damage here. I can get my 3rd hatch going completely uncontested. The Reaper now gonna go across. A solid minute later than it probably wanted to. Checking out that employee entrance, not usually seen for ZERG players, but here we are. The Reaper gonna take advantage and then quickly get out. Just as quickly as they got in. On the other side, the lings at last make themselves known and then leave just as quickly as they got there. Okay. Nobody's committing. Everybody's afraid of commitment here. Sheesh. Ling speed's about to finish up though. Dark might want to try and catch the Reaper here. Is gonna spot it. Oh, the speed is just a hair off though. 5 seconds. If speed had been done 5 seconds sooner. Ooh. Okay, Roach Warren on the way. I'm excited so far. And Oliveira likewise. An armory, you say. Did anyone have Hellbat armory play on their bingo card for today? I think not. This is not a Hellbat Marauder play though. This is just gonna be, hello, surprise, Hellbats. So, I don't know. I mean, Dark is kind of already doing what Dark needs to do. He didn't spot it. He didn't spot it. He's getting roaches out, and the roaches are gonna be here. If not before, really right as this is hitting. The Hellbats are going to transition. This Overlord's going to spot everything. Dark has confirmation now of what's going on here. I like the medevac support. I like that this incorporated 1 medevac. However, I also quite like that it incorporated a bunch of roaches to the face. These Hellions are going to get nothing done. Wow. Just an absolute slaughter. Bunker at the front. Slightly at the front. Bunker behind the building command center. Okay. The roaches pouring out onto the map. Will Dark actually test the wall? Are we looking at a very quick map number 2 here? Possibly Ravagers morphing in now. The production of the CC going to be delayed. The roaches. Ooh. the Banshee. Dark looks like unfazed by the Banshee, will still attempt to get a bit of damage done here. The Banshee, of course, going to focus down those Ravagers. Marine blocking the way. The CC is going to be fully canceled, and the Banshee will reign supreme over the Roaches and Ravagers. That was solid investment, though, I would say. Losing 2 Ravagers to get that CC canceled, delayed. You might be saying that's not a lot of resources lost. You are correct, my beautiful viewer. I like how observant and intellectual you are. It's not a lot of resources lost. The problem is the time. It's the investment. Oliveira was building that already. It was going to have to float. And Oliveira says, well, how about I just take more? If you're going to delay my 3rd CC, how about I just try and make up for it by getting my 4th CC at the same time? And I say, good God, that's a lot of command centers. These Terran players, they need to be stopped. We need to find whatever kind of stress release they need, but this is just not the answer. One of the Banshees is going to be picked off as well. No Roach speed on the way. Lair is done, though. Oh. Most intriguing. Dark opting for the melee. 1-1 here. And meanwhile, Oliveira dropping some Hellions into the main base. Pretty solid opportunity here. Drone split from Dark. 8 drones, 10 drones have gone down so far, combining the Hellions and the Banshees. That little misclick. The medevac went this way for just a split second. Not good. Banshee picking on some creep tumors now. Group of Lings sent across. Not going to find any opportunities, though. Now we're getting Roach speed, but we're still getting the melee upgrades. We need the official phase here. Very curious. 8-minute hive on the way. Bane nest. So Dark looks like it's going to be weaving in. It's not necessarily a Ling Bane composition. It's not necessarily a Roach Ravager composition. It's going to be Ling Bane Roach Ravager. Ta-da! ZERG players. Hellion will be destroyed. Roaches going to be fine there. Dark's got the 4th base up and running. 76 drones so far. It looks like adding on mostly army units at this point, which I agree with. I think that's a solid decision. Both just kind of macroing, though. Oh, I say that, Dark. Looking like picking on the rocks. Does Oliveira know? Oliveira sees it. The rocks will fall. Are the defenses in place? A severe lack of bunkers. And any gold level Terran would say, there's no missile turrets there. To which the rest of us might say, yeah. Ling Bane Roach Ravager. And the gold Terran does not agree. Missile turrets still necessary, still required, no matter the composition. Dark just clearing all the rocks, finishing up that army, maxing out wanted Vipers. Very nice. That hive tech going into 3 Vipers, it seems. Okay. 2-2 on the way for them both. Group of Roach Rav here. Not actually sure how well this counters. Yeah. It was a lot of Marines. Oliveira's going to pick it up, though. Just picking off 1 or 2 of the army units before moving around, flying erratically. These medevac pilots, I tell you. Was it 360 turn? 0 turn, 360 lawnmower capabilities. You know what I'm talking about. I don't remember. It's been a long time since I've seen grass. The army's going to converge here in the middle of the map. Dark, throwing out the Biles of Sass, and then backing up, trying to get an opportunity for us around here. The Baneling's going to connect with just about everything. The Marauders on the right side winning on that front, though. The bio is going to push the Zerg back. Do not. No. Why? Why? You were winning. Okay. Well, Dark's gonna reinforce with a lot more Ling Bane. Parasitic Bomb goes out onto the medevac there, and the Zerg forces are going to be fine. Yeah. Ooh, dropping the bio as they go, though the medevacs look like they will be picked off. One of them at least here. Solid skirmish in the middle of the map. The lack of creep not really helping out the Banelings, though. The Ravagers move forward just enough to bile a tank and a medevac. 2-for-1 deal. Bile one, get one, I dare say. Okay, I'm proud of that one. The Ghosts on the way. Ghost Tech unlocked. Dark undoubtedly quaking in his Zerg boots. Solid work. Horse is gonna drop. Dark says, I will bile my own hatchery to get you out of here, darn it. Okay. Group on the left side. Not gonna find a whole lot of opportunities either, and behind this, I dare say an Ultralisk cavern is on the way. The drone, gleefully going to mine, despite the loss of its hatchery. Oh, they will be picked off. Oliveira finding some damage. Dark, though, unhappy with the results. The Parasitic Bomb potentially helping out against the command center there. It's possible. Another one. The Vipers used more for parasitic bombs than anything else. Dark picked the wrong one, though. Not gonna want Oliveira, or not gonna want Dark to know that was the wrong one, though. Chitinous plating on the way. A couple Widow Mines will be dealt with. I'm getting a bit nervous for the Terran, though. We're reaching that point where the Terran usually shifts into that defensive mode, that I'm locking the front door. The creep is everywhere. The Zerg starts to build wave upon wave of units. Bile's clearing the mines. Dark's trying to make some progress here. Army supply is in favor, but you gotta remember that's a lot of Ravagers. How many Ravagers? 12! Good lord. 12 Ravagers here. Ghosts? 7. Not enough ghosts. Ooh, we need ghosts like in the 30s at least. Ling Bane gonna get a surround, decent chunk there. Kind of separating the forces in half. The Vipers. It's so funny to me that we're using them for Parasitic Bomb. Very heroic Marauder steps forward. A challenger. He will be remembered. In the history books, that Marauder will be remembered. Got a Greater Spire, too. We don't even have Corruptors. Dark. Did you even build any Ultras? No. Didn't even get any Ultras yet either. We're still getting it done with Ling Bane, Roach Ravager. Oliveira? He's not dead, though. The Ghosts are doing fine enough, keeping most of the forces back here. The medevacs will be seen. Oliveira finds the spot to land in. Unfortunately for Oliveira, though, Dark might just take the opportunity to throw away 2 Vipers. While attempting to Parasitic Bomb, it's not worth it, Dark. Like, the medevacs are already out of energy. They already are barely helping out. This is the worst healthcare plan that I've seen in a while. We've got, like, 2 medevacs here for nearly 50 army supply of Terran units. The other 2 medevacs, bruised and battered from their offensive campaign, return. Oh, the Widow Mine baited a little bit. Hatch gonna be canceled. Oliveira finding a little bit of damage. Dark, though, always right there with the backstab. Not going for the SCVs, instead just clearing some of the defenses. It might be a tell, actually. Oh, lord. It's just Zerglings, too. This is just gonna be chaos. Dark just wants to create a little bit of chaos on the map. How is the main base? Is the main base? Ooh, is very exposed. Dark gonna unload Lings in the double digits into the main base. Probably going for this one as well. The defenses here are lacking. But Widow Mines are absurd. Lings unload into the main base, the engineering base, the first target. 3-3's already done though. The buildings set to burn will be dealt with. Forces on the other side, a solid Widow Mine connection makes it so Dark can't really push forward. This base is alive, the main base relatively unscathed. We have that medevac upgrade that I still can't remember the name of. It does something for the energy for the medevacs that like increases their regen rate, which, you know, Oliveira absolutely needs here. Very quiet. Infestors. Oh no. Timmy got spotted. The Widow Mine. Did the Widow Mine connect with a burrowed infestor? Does the mine go through the ground? Or does it still hit just on the ground where the infestor is? Wow, Ghost dying off. A fungal growth gonna catch the force here. Cannot be picked up. Cannot load. Cannot pass go. Cannot pass get $200. Okay. We have established that. Advanced ballistics finishing up for the Liberators here, which does not apply to their air attack, of course. Good lord, this is a lot of Liberators. Somebody call for a Freedom team? Not an Exterminator, although we do have the Ghosts as well. Liberator's gonna set up shop here. The drone's gonna be evacuated. They are not interested in the freedom Oliveira brings. The Ultralisk run by on the other side, gonna clear out the mineral line there. Meanwhile, the freedom team up here pushing forward, making it up the ramp. Not enough splits, not enough awareness though. The bioforces will be dealt with. The Liberators subjected to both bile, corrosively, and parasitic bomb. The Dropper Lords. Looks like they brought something up here. The Ultralisks. Not going to fare well against the planetary, although they did get some damage done. 15 SCVs falling off. Widow Mine killing an Overlord. A Dropper Lord, excuse me. I must specify. Some Lings burrowed in the main base here, under the watchful eye of the Liberator. Oliveira gonna think about pushing out again. He is up on army supply, but running low on workers, running low on steam. The income is just not quite there at this time. There's a Viking. There's 2 Vikings. More Vipers, more Infestors. Dark's starting to weave in those spellcasters. Brave is the one that moves the Infestor into the scan. The drones suffering so far. Oliveira just barely making it up the ramp for now. I see, what is this? Oh, it's drones. Alright, the main focus is going to be over here. Corruptors swinging from the left side. Go for the Liberators. Fungal growth abound here. The rest of the bioforces will be dealt with and picked up, but Oliveira's Liberators proving to be just a bit too strong. Oliveira, the worker loss not setting them back at all. Snaps the neck, takes map number 2. It's a series. Map number 3 shall be Alcyone, the Red Terran here, showing some strength in map number 2. Tenacity, fortitude, even, of course. It is Oliveira. And likewise, the ZERG player here in the bottom left corner. Can they bring it back? Will the trend continue? Will they fall to the freedom machine? It is Dark. Getting that Natchery going, very nice, always important to see. Overlord. How are you doing? Much safer than the last map, I hope. Alcyone does present some opportunity for shenanigans. The mineral wall over here, of course. The bottom right side of the map here, locked away from both of these players initially, whether it's through the destructible debris or the mineable debris. We'll see if either player really wants to mess with that, if anybody has any ideas. Where's that rally point going? Oliveira, the Reaper. Is he a geologist? Will he be cataloging the minerals? Perhaps not. Nope, the builds looking similar. Dark following the map number 1 build though, not opting for that pool first, getting that economic investment. The drone. The SCV spots the hatchery, knows the timing. That is a hatch first timing, of course. That hatchery should be finished right around the same time the Reaper pops out. SCV can check all of that out. Reaper goes across. Probably not going to get any drones, though. We have 4 lings yet again, and the Queen almost here. One of the drones a bit injured, though. Little bruised, little beaten. The third hatch is going to go down. Dark proving completely fine in getting that third hatchery down. Gets the drone out there before the Reaper even shows up. That's the real key, you know. You got to make sure the drone is out there, that it's going to be safe. Oliveira is not opting for any of the multiple low ground barracks plays where you get 3 to 5 Reapers. Some people never even stop there. You get a bunch of Reapers together. You go after that third hatch. Not seeing that though. Oliveira is sticking with a very tried and true, just normal economic focused TVZ. If you're looking for a TVZ build, maybe you're just getting into it. You somehow wound up at my channel. Oliveira's build here, pretty nice for a starter TVZ thing. You get that third CC up quickly. You've got the 111 for a variety of production. Very helpful going into the mid game. You can kind of launch yourself in any direction, so to speak. Getting the Liberator again, okay, so very rinse repeat of earlier we're seeing, which I'm fine with. No shame there. Couple Hellions gonna join the Reaper here. Third hatch really just finished up. The drones run. Float. I don't think they actually run. I'm pretty sure they float. They hover. The drones need to hover away in terror. Hellions eyeing the Overlord, perhaps. Everything's fine, though. Everybody's macroing up. The Liberator's gonna complete. Likely go out for a bit of harassment. The Queens vengefully defend the creep tumors. One of them looks like they were lost here. Liberator going to provide that high ground vision and a very not so strong anti-air attack, we'll call it. We don't want to be rude to the Liberator, but do you really build Liberators for their anti-air attack against Overlords? Come on. No. Aliens at the front gonna get a couple of creep tumors, make the Queens really angry. Spore Crawler already in position. Dark already knows. Of course Dark knows. There's no Spore here in the natural though, which means it's gonna be up to the Queens. The Hellions will dive in at the same time, going for the same base. The Liberators corral the drones. The Hellions go for the kill and wind up really only losing themselves. Gonna find the drones though. 8 drones in total. That's respectable. Did the Spore Crawler? The Spore Crawler got the kill. Liberator destroyed. Freedom removed from the ZERG side of the map. When you think about it, it really does make sense. The Overmind, the ZERG, just kind of in general, enforcing that singular will in their story, in their narrative. They're going to hate Liberators, because Liberators stand for freedom. Free thought, right? Yeah. We don't want that. ZERG, oh, no, keep that away. No way. We want everybody focused on the task at hand. And we want that task to be determined by some higher, very ZERG-like being, such as the Overmind. I almost said Overlord, but they kind of serve the purpose too, don't they? The Overlords, like the mini Overminds, delivering all of their orders. Roaches on the way, bit of a roach flood here. Got the armory coming up too. Likely just for 2-2 though. Oliveira's moving out with, again, a similar force to earlier. Marines and mines. Stim is done. Combat shield's a ways away though. The combat shield's timing's not quite on par with the upgrades yet. Scan. Gonna go out. Not gonna see the roaches just yet though. Dark hiding the roaches, it seems. Oh, he's gonna know about them now. Roaches on the high ground. Start to pick off the Marines. It's going to force a pickup. Not the direction I thought Oliveira was going to go, though. Instead, opting just for the main base. Okay. All the ZERG forces are going to respond. The Lings prevent most of the forces from dropping. The Queens will shoo away the medevacs. Just throwing out one more. Roaches on the low ground. They may not be able to hit the medevacs, but they can certainly keep the Marines in check. I'll get the depot wall going, the Chew Toy depots, very nice to see. Okay. The Roach Ravager, finish off destruction of those rocks there. There's already a queen in the main base and a few roaches left for the defense. Dark, recognizing the threat's not over. It may be lessened, but it's definitely not gone. The Roach Rev. This wall was not completed, not that they really care that much about it. Marine's gonna stim forward, boys will be pulled, and boys will be evacuated just as quickly here. Marines kiting around, stimming forward, but good God, this is a lot of roaches. 1-1 completed for them, 11 more on the way, but I don't think Dark even needs it. Oliveira getting a little too greedy, it seems, taking the 4th command center early. Dark opting for mostly army units and now able to occupy the space outside the base. The command center could actually be hit by some Ravager vials. Oh, Oliveira. I'm gonna micro the command center though. Refineries will be destroyed. Things are not looking good for the Terran here. Liberators set up shop. Okay. Siege tanks and Liberators, if anybody can get it done, I suppose. Ravagers stepping forward, clearing the Liberators. Could start to, shell those depots a little bit. Get the space opened. There's 2 siege tanks, 2 tanks in the back. If Dark can get close enough to bile the siege tanks, I think it's going to be fine. Oh, well, one of them goes down. The second one now in a bit of danger as well. Boys pulled yet again. The tanks go down. The Marines doing their best trying to hold that front door, though. 2 SCVs go down. Reinforcement Zerglings here. 2 more tanks from the Terran's production. Off the line, the SCVs pulled, but they're stuck behind most of the Marines. Marines stimming forward, splitting well enough. I'm just not sure it's enough. Dark is in the natural now. Gonna bile the armory away. 9 SCVs killed off. I think this might just be too much damage here. Oh, does Dark know? No. You gotta be kidding me. Dark senses it. You just smell it. Just smell the bases out on the map here. The roaches, well, they're gonna find the mule. Some of them will die off of fright. Oliveira landing the forces to defend, though Dark decides to just go for the natural. Oliveira cannot split up that many forces and still succeed. Dark is going to go up 2-1. For map number 4, we find ourselves on Solaris, the red Terran here. Oliveira in the upper right corner. The opponent Dark spawning into the bottom left. Again, builds looking fine so far. Nobody's up to anything crazy, nothing too absurd at this point in time. We'll have to see. The Overlord at last, gets to the natural base. We'll spot the Reaper as it comes out. We'll follow the Reaper. Hope you're having a good day. Things looking fine. Neither of you really deviating is the best. We're gonna get that pool first in map number 2. Come on, Dark. Give me something nidus. Lurkers. Where have been my lurkers all day today? Haven't hardly seen any lurkers yet. The Reaper gonna start to harass the drones. The Zerglings will step in the way like the heroes they are. And the Queen will force the Reaper away. You know the dance, you know the drill. Third hatch already placed down, of course. Third CC coming up for Oliveira, not deviating whatsoever. Ugh. And look, the buildings are going to do their switcheroo. We're going to make some Hellions. Starport coming up. Oh, my word. You too. Making me be the entertaining one, I see. Great. Owe the viewers an apology for that one. Now, Dark's making a few Zerglings here. Right as Speed is finishing up. Oh, Dark might be out here to save me. Not necessarily to save me, more like save you all from me. Metabolic Boost gonna finish up some Lings already out. Oliveira knows the speed timing. That Reaper trying to get home as fast as they can. However, this is a lot more Zerglings than we normally see at this time. Dark is gonna try and get a little bit of damage done here. The orbital is done, which means it still could be lifted off. The Hellion's gonna block the entrance there. Oh, one of them is gonna fall, though. The Lings start to pick off the SCVs, even the Mules trying to support, although they have no attack. They cannot throw their wrenches, their drill bits. 9 SCVs have gone down. This is actually a lot of damage. This is pretty rough. Not necessarily in the, the effectiveness. Like, oh my gosh, Oliveira's lost the game, although it really does look quite bad. Oliveira's not dead, but 11 SCVs lost. It feels awful. Dark, I think now's the time. Yeah, call it off. Too many Hellions. Banshee overhead. One thing Oliveira does have going for him is that third CC. These SCVs can be replaced fairly easily. Yeah, it still hurts the cost, of course, but the worst of it all is the emotions. The emotional damage that was taken, that was ensued from this attack. Not good at all. Some of the Lings still alive, though. Total losses, number-wise, very even. That said, Dark, losing only Zerglings, did invest quite a bit of larva into the equation that could have been drones. So we get into all sorts of what-ifs. Have no idea. This Banshee does not have Cloak. You know what else? It doesn't have any hope of getting any damage done, it seems. No. The heck is this? What are we, single filing Zerglings now? This had to be like they were moving and Dark hit the stop command or the hold position. Something to that effect. Because that's way too pristine. If this was a lower level game, I'd say they did this on purpose. Like, oh, look at me, I'm gonna make it at the top of the ramp here, spread all my Lings out. But no, I'm quite sure Dark just hit a button. Hit the stop, hit the hold position key. Got some Overlords sprinkled around, I'm hopeful. Potential Nidus worms. I would enjoy that. Wait, this isn't a wall. The wall was not done. The Lings get into the natural again. There is the Banshee overhead for the defense. Ooh, the friendly fire from the siege tank causing more harm than help. 7 more SCVs are going to die off. Dark up nearly 50% on the workers there. That's a good spot to be in as a ZERG. You've got to be feeling pretty good about that. Oliveira just now getting that third landed. Gonna pick off a few creep tumors. The hatchery should be fine. Not too threatened by just Hellions. The Banshee, with 11 kills, might I say. Exclusively Zerglings, though. Dark has only thrown away Zerglings. Couple creep tumors, sure, but creep tumors, they don't cause the minerals and the gas, so they don't show up there. Composition-wise, what are we looking at? We've got a lot of hatcheries coming up Dark, including macro hatches in the main base here. Baneling nest, a lot of Zerglings. Will it be Lingbane Muta? Will it be Lingbane Hydra? I would like that. Cast your votes now. The lair is going to finish up shortly. What will the choice be? Will it be Spire? Will it be Hydra Den? Will he surprise us all and throw down a Nidus network? 1-1 gonna finish up for the Bioforces for the Terran. I'm waiting. It's a Hydra Den. Very nice. Alright. Birds you see landed, saturated now. Group of Marines on the right side. Gonna pick them up before they're lost, too. Very nice. Bane speed starts up. Ways away at this point, though. The Marines have their time. They have a bit of an advantage. 1-1 stim and shields. Oliveira's gonna move out onto the map here. Bring in some siege tank support, too. And a Hellbat transition. That's one advantage, keeping all those Hellions alive. Oliveira has lost more SCVs than anything else so far this game. Which means the push might be rather effective. Dark. Really? With a backstab? Oh gosh, and the siege tank on the high ground continuing to be a nuisance here. Oliveira gonna step forward though, and should be able to get the hatchery. The tank tucked nicely away behind. Banelings connecting with some of the Marines here. The SCVs desperate to get back to work. They really just want their paycheck. Oh, the Zerg forces here split. The hatchery was destroyed. Dark reinforcing with quite a bit of Zerglings. I'm not sure about pushing more forward here, Oliveira. You've done your damage. And that's a fair amount of queens on the high ground. The Lings are going to wrap around. The Banes connecting with mostly Hellbats, it seems. Medevac's not going to be destroyed just yet. Moving up into the main base, going to pick off a couple Overlords. Target fires down some Banelings. And we'll just try and get out. The empty medevac not going to make it out though. Okay. I'd say that's pretty solid actually. Oliveira inflicting some losses. Looks like denying this base, this area for just a little bit more too. The Lingbane gonna start to track those medevacs. That's a lot of Zerg. I would not want to unload there. The creep tumors suffering. Behind this, ooh, Hive on the way. Hydras, Hydras, Hydralisks on the way. No ranged attack though. No, we're just focusing on the melee for now. We've got Widow Mines, we've got Liberators. Okay, I'd love to see some Vipers come out from the Hive tech. Ooh. Going Lingbane Hydra lets you use Abduct a bit more too. On the Liberators, can abduct them into the Hydralisks. Oliveira though, the Widow Mines I think are going to be a real key player here. If you can get the Widow Mines to connect onto Lingbane, ideally more than one Lingbane, but you know, Dark with the counterplay, doing fine there. Start to pick off some of the rocks here. We still have the Overlord up here. Again, where's my Nidus network, Mr. Dark? A lot of creep tumors. The creep tumor farm here will be found. Oliveira gonna pick them all off. The Lings trying to get us around. The medevacs could pick up and support here. Without the creep though, it's much more difficult for the Lings to get their surround. Gonna get some damage. Oliveira not out of this at all. Definitely doing fine so far. My question is, what's going to be the play now that we've hit some late game area? Because we've been adding on Liberators, we've been adding on Widow Mines. The army supplies in favor of Dark, which, with a non-roach composition, is actually very scary. I saw Vipers in the units tab, not too sure where they are at this point in time. Oliveira's pushing forward. Drones dying to Widow Mine shots. What is over here? More Widow Mines. Forces will be dealt with, will be cleaned up. The Queen's pitching into. Where are the Vipers? They're drinking. Oh, they're getting their morning coffee in. Wake up time. Liberator gets 2 kills for its trouble. Looks like it was larva, though. Larva and or eggs. Adrenal gonna finish up. +1 ranged attack on the way. The Hydralisks are the real backbone here. The Banes will roll forward, try and get the damage done. The problem is if the Banes don't connect, then you're really just left with Ling Hydra. You want those Hydras to be pretty strong too, you know. Multiple groups. The Vipers are up here, which means probably Blinding Cloud or Parasitic Bomb. You don't usually go for Abduct on individual Marines. I like the Oliveira's splitting up the forces, trying to make sure Dark isn't too comfy. Were Dark to focus all of the forces on one side, Oliveira would have a nice opportunity to get some damage done here. Moving up the ramp's not exactly safe, though. Parasitic Bomb and Abduct. Por que no los dos, Dark says. Clearing out those medevacs, starts trying to drop it. Oliveira's forces met with defeat on the bottom side here. The rest will rally. Dark pushing oh, those are changelings. I'm not so sure about pushing into this. Yeah, that's a lot of Terran with no creep for the Banes to get their speed boost. Lurker Den coming up behind this. Okay. Let's see where it goes. The Widow Mine going to burrow. Liberators might try and set up shop. This is a lot of Zerglings. So many Zerglings. One unfortunate Hydralisk going to be caught. Ling splitting off, going for the base, it seems. The rest of the Hydra Bane trying to contend with the army here. The Banes not getting the connections that they needed just yet. The SCVs were evacuated. The Zerglings get rid of the wall. The Zerg forces start to roll. Oliveira retreating up to the high ground. Things not looking good for the Terran right now. SCVs are lost. Mining is denied. And the army forced to retreat. More of the map is surrendered. Ooh, solid Widow Mine shot, though. It's Widow Mine shot that hurt. It hurt to see. Bane's finding a group of Marines here. What are we looking at unit-wise? 16 Marines and 10 Ghosts, really. The Viper, the first to go out. EMP goes out, though. The Ghost's going to be lost for that exchange. The Banelings roll into the planetary fortress here. And the rest of the Terran army is not going to get the job done. Oliveira taps out. Dark is going to take the series 3-1. Very strong showing, though. Excellent series by both players. If you enjoyed, be sure to let me know in the comments below, everyone. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a great day.